The forest stood silent, a wall of trees dark and imposing. Locals called it Whispering Woods. They knew its secrets, or so they thought. Every 5 years someone vanished, swallowed whole by the woods, never seen again. Some whispered of an ancient curse. A malevolent spirit, they said, claimed a life as tribute, a chilling legend, passed down through generations. The truth, however, was far more sinister. Old Martha, her face a roadmap of time, remembered. The first disappearance, a young teacher new to the village. He had laughed at their warnings, ventured into the woods alone, never returned. 5 years later, a farmer, then a traveling merchant. The pattern was undeniable, the fear palpable. The villagers avoided the woods, except for one day, every 5 years, the day of the offering, a day of mourning and dread. They left gifts at the edge of the woods. Food, trinkets, prayers whispered into the wind, hoping to appease the ancient evil, begging it to spare their loved ones. Jack Turner, a journalist, arrived in the dead of night, drawn by the whispers, the stories of the missing. He parked his car at the lonely motel on the edge of town. The air hung heavy, pregnant with secrets. He had a nose for stories, for the truth hidden beneath layers of myth and fear. This story, however, felt different, colder, more unsettling. He could feel it in his bones. This was no mere legend, this was real. Jack started his investigation, talking to the locals, listening to their stories, their fears. He studied the police reports, examined the scant evidence, each disappearance, eerily similar, no footprints, no signs of struggle, just silence, and the growing suspicion that the villagers knew more than they let on. He felt a growing unease, like a spider web, slowly enveloping him. Deep in the woods, Jack found it, a clearing, hidden from view, a single chilling clue, a torn piece of fabric snagged on a branch. He recognized it from a photograph, the missing teacher. He had been here, but something else was different about this place. The air itself felt charged, electric. The hair on the back of his neck stood on end. This wasn't the work of a lone killer. This was orchestrated. This forest, he realized, wasn't a graveyard. It was a hunting ground. Section 6. The Hunter's Shadow. Days turned into weeks. Jack, relentless, followed every lead, every whisper. He felt like he was being watched, hunted. He discovered a network of underground tunnels leading to and from the clearing. Someone, or something, was using them to move unseen. His investigation led him to a reclusive group living on the outskirts of town. They kept to themselves, avoided contact. Their eyes, when they met his, were cold, empty. He knew. He had found the hunters. Section 7. Beyond Human Reason. Jack watched them, their movements, their rituals. They gathered at the edge of the woods, chanting under the pale moonlight. Their words, guttural, alien. They weren't speaking a human language. He tried to make sense of it, of them, but it defied logic, defied reason. What he was witnessing was beyond human comprehension. The line between man and beast had blurred. Section 8. A chilling encounter. He ventured deeper into the woods, drawn by an unseen force. The air grew colder. The trees seemed to press in on him. He stumbled upon a clearing, bathed in an unnatural light. And there, in the center, it stood. The figure from the shadows. Its form shifting, swirling. It turned, and for a fleeting moment their eyes met. An abyss of ancient hunger stared back at him. Section 9. The Phantom Remains. Jack ran, blinded by terror. He didn't look back. He fled the woods, fled the town. The creature's haunting gaze forever seared into his memory. He never wrote his story. Some truths, he realized, are best left buried. The disappearances continue, every 5 years. The villagers whisper of the curse. But Jack knows better. He knows the phantom of the forest is real, and it is not human.